Yes, it's on.
Yes. Yes, it's on. Hi everyone. Today I'm thrilled to have a very special guest on my podcast, Einat Lidany-Salomon. She's a seasoned product manager in the healthcare space with over 22 years of experience under her belt. I had the pleasure of meeting her at my new job, and from day one, I've been in awe of how gracefully she manages it all work, life, and everything in between. I hope this conversation inspires you as much as she inspires me. Before we dive in, I want to share the intent behind the podcast. In this conversation, we'll explore many layers of a woman's life, from career moves to family dinners, from financial choices to friendships and everything in between. My intent is simple to shine a light on the shared threads that connect women across all cultures and continents. Different backgrounds, different journeys, but so many common truths. No matter where we come from, the hustle, the heart, the hope, it's universal. I would like to start with a fun question. What is one thing people assume about you that's completely wrong?
You're talking about me?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great question. Most people find me very tough, although it's completely wrong. I have this look, I believe, that looks like a tough person or a strong person, strong woman. So it might be intimidating sometimes, but actually, I'm really soft inside.
That would be helpful. That's good to know. So let's talk about your career journey. Could you shed a light on your 22 years of experience, last 2 decades? How was it? Where did you start from?
Yeah, I would be more than happy to share. Actually, my dreams was to become a doctor. Ever
Oh,
since I was a little child, I thought about being a doctor, helping people, curing diseases, finding a medicine to the biggest diseases that we have ever had to face. This was my childhood dream. Eventually, when I got old, I decided to just I dropped this dream. I don't even know why. It was really hard. I thought about 7 years of studies, and I thought it would be a really tough journey. And while I was in the army, I had 1 week of experience in hospitals. And when I went to the hospital, I saw many. I think it was a hard experience because I was exposed to different experiences where, for example, a very old woman came into the ER with hyperventilation and she died after 2 minutes or 3 minutes. And the doctors, they were very, how would I say that? Not calm, but very numb about it. They seemed to not care, although they gave her the best clinical treatment. They were not, I felt like their heart was not there. And I had several more experiences like that, and I was so like frustrated that a very experienced doctors become very numb about patients and lose their sensitivity with
that comes with the
patients.
job, I guess. Like, it's a tough
Yes,
job.
it's a tough job. I think that people tend to, in order to survive with such a difficult reality, they must like grow a thick skin and then they become a little numb. So after a while, I've decided that maybe medicine studies and practicing medicine is not for me because I'm too sensitive. So I decided to go with what I was strong at. And it was math and computers. And I decided to study technology. So I studied computer science and mathematics. And I dropped this dream. And after many years in the computer science domain, being a developer, a project manager, a product manager, I really felt like I can't give up this dream. So 8 years ago, I've decided to do something like maybe to combine these two passions. So I have a lot of experience in the computer industry, and I have this passion about medicine. Why not to combine and just look for a company that serves or gives a service of software in the health domain. And there I started my first step in fulfilling my dream. I joined a startup, a small startup in the digital health domain. It was a startup that developed a very sophisticated engine that was connected, integrated with the EHRs. It's the electronical health records, and was able to calculate in less than a second all of the patient's condition and specifications to indicate if this medication that was prescribed to the patient was fit for him, and if not, if there are any contraindications or any risks for the patient, it just invokes an alarm and informs the nurse or the physician that this user needs to be prescribed with a different medication that fits him. It was a wonderful year and a half, almost 2 years in this company. And after that, I joined another company in the startup as well in the digital health domain. And ever since, I feel like I reached to my
The inner
destiny.
child.
Like
Your inner child is
yes,
thankful now, right? This is
yes,
so inspiring. Like, even if we took a tangential path, you took a tangential path, but ultimately it's about helping people. And this is the way you are providing your tech skills and your knowledge, and ultimately you are helping people.
yeah. I feel like it what inspires me. It gives me a lot of satisfaction. I wake up in the morning thrilled and excited to start my day. I know that I'm in the right area, right domain for me. It really, really motivates me.
So good to know. So, what does success look like? Does success look like that you have been able to satisfy your inner child? What
I
does
think
success
that
look like?
generally speaking, success is where your passion meets your advantages or your strong capabilities. And when this happens, this magic happens when you are able to both be in an area that you're passionate about, and you are bringing your advantages and your strength into it. This is where you shine. This is where anyone shines.
So, I think this is what you're saying by the Jap. It also means Japanese. It's called ikigai, where you find
Correct.
what fulfills you, what is, and I'm so glad to know that you found your ikigai, and this is what is
Yes.
nice. So, did you ever feel like you had to choose between ambition and something else? Like, did you have that feeling ever?
Between ambition and something else, can you give an example?
Okay, let me switch gears and I will come circle back to this question.
Yeah.
How was it? And can you introduce you to us to your family, your kids, and how and their age?
Yes,
How?
I am a mother of three. My oldest son, his name is Gal. It's like a wave. Um, he's 15. I had my daughter after year and 4 days.
Oh.
Her name is Roni. She's 14 years old. And my last and youngest one, her name is Arbeli. She's my ah uh, she's the spirit of this house. She's 8. She has a lot of energy. She's curious. She's full of life. So I have 3 kids. I'm very much inspired by these kids. They brought a lot of joy to my life. but also a lot of challenges because, as you mentioned, being a mother is not a simple job. Every one of them is a whole world, an individual. He's
Yes.
he's everything. So you need to divide yourself and your love and your passion and your care between three worlds, and it's quite challenging. It's quite challenging.
So how did motherhood change you personally and professionally both? Like what did change after you became a mother?
I think that the most important thing that changed when I became a mother is to understand then that I have to, it's not like I have to, I need to, it's like a biological drive that you are taking care of someone else. I would say almost more than you take care of yourself. And it's like it's really hard to describe in words how do you feel when he's depressed or feeling sick or something wrong with him. It's like a biological drive to take care of him, to make sure he's safe, he's protected, he's well. If not, you don't have, you cannot become, you cannot relax until it happens. It becomes a mandatory, I don't know, condition towards your peace and quiet before everything else. Also, I learned that I can love more than I ever thought that I can love. Like my heart expanded in a way that I could not describe. This was the first love of my life. Like you cannot compare it to a partner's love. It's something else. He's part of you. It's like an organ. It's something that you cannot be separated ever. I don't know
Right.
how to say it. It's like it's beyond words, this love.
Yes.
It also
True that.
changed me in a way that I thought, whatever I thought that is more important, now I understand that my children, like, this is the first thing that is important to me, at least. I don't
Yes.
know. It's individual. Yes, go ahead.
So what's the hardest part that nobody warned you about? What did
Oh, wow. That's the best question you can ask. I think no one prepares us to motherhood. And this is like, I would say this is very disappointing because, as we discussed also about financial management, this is something that you need to learn, like life skills that
yes.
someone has to teach you before you go into it. So motherhood, no one prepares you for that. No one prepares you for the changes, even the hormone changes, the biological changes that you are facing. No one no one prepares us for that, and there is no mentoring even for that. But you know what, when I had my first child, there was a community initiative here in Israel, in where I live, in Emek Hefer. It is called Mothers to Mothers, and it actually connects between elderly mothers and young mothers, and you get 1 hour a week of someone that, a mother that comes to your house, helps you, listens to you. Even listening is something very important when you're having these difficulties. Not even actual help, but she did also help with the, I don't know, washing machines,
The chores, the
doing
simple chores.
yeah, the chores. She was really helpful, and I
It's a
think
great
this is,
initiative.
yes. And I was pregnant already when I had my first son. After 3 months, I became pregnant, so it was really, really, really hard. And sadly, I say my mother wasn't there to help me. So she was like an anchor to me. she was the 1 hour in a week that I would be able to just breathe and to become supported. It was the best support that I could ever get. And it was only 1 hour a week. So I think mainly someone needs to prepare us for that. I don't know if it's either in courses, I don't know, maybe in school or at university or I don't know where, but it needs to be part of the skills that you get when you, I don't know, from the country, as part of the education that you get as a
At least
woman.
the 9 months we have, we should have some training during that, some
Yes,
exercise expectations, like,
something.
because you don't know, your body is changing in ways that you wouldn't have imagined. The hormones are going crazy. Whether it's a normal delivery or a C-section, your body is
Correct.
healing from, like, a whole different organ is taken out from your body. It's like an organ was just taken out, and then the bag like this closing, it's like it's healing. So I know, it's very difficult, this
It's very.
especially the first 6 months after the baby, they are
Yes,
the
and
most
after
difficult.
that you go back to work and you're expected to work as you used to work and to have the same routine. Other than the fact that you have another person that you have to look out for, you have to take care of, it's really, really difficult. And he becomes the highest priority in terms of what you are concerned about. So it's really, really difficult to
So I
do
will
this
circle
split.
back to the question: did you had ever you have to choose between? Did you feel like you had to choose between ambition and maybe being a mother?
Motherhood.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say that I did. Uh, Again, for me, it was a tough journey because having two kids in 1 year, it was overwhelming, overwhelming, and I had no help. And I had to stop, to pause for a second, and to recalculate my journey. And I decided to reduce, like, I had to take a position in which I would be able to combine these two roles,
Right.
important roles, my ambitions and being a mother. And I had to take a 50% position as a project manager and account manager in a small company with a more, I would say it was less intense and and was adjusted to my motherhood and my pace the way I wanted. And I took this 6 years of being in that position. I was I was able to actually combine these two roles and to be there for my kids in their first 6 years. Yeah, I think it was a tough decision. I'm not sure it was the right decision, by the way, but it was right for me at that point.
Yes. So I think this is very important. You have to understand and what works for you. There cannot be a typecast that this has to work this way only. Like motherhood teaches, one thing motherhood really teaches is being flexible. Be flexible with your plans and being flexible with your timings. Because it cannot be just one way. Otherwise, it will not work. You will be burnt out. Your kids will get the
Correct?
negative end of that stick, right? And you have to find a balance that works for you. And this is a very important message here, that do what works for you, and you don't have to go by other examples.
Yes,
So
correct.
how do you deal with the mom guilt or the societal expectations? I know that you did your part by taking the 50% pay cut or making your job less intense, but I'm sure the guilt would be there anyway, because it's hard on like hormones.
It's kind of a built-in with motherhood.
Yes.
When you have your first child, it's a built-in sense or feeling as part of being a mother, the guilt feelings. And I believe that we just need to reduce the expectation, not looking for perfection, only looking for being the best mom that you can, being the best person that you can at this point, at any point. And I believe that this is the only way that you can survive because it's challenging, it's tough. And giving yourself these compromises makes you feel better and helps you improve. Otherwise, guilt is not something that is effective, actually. It's not very effective because
True
it
that.
makes you feel bad with yourself, and then you cannot reach out or cannot be the best version of you.
Yes.
So
So, what role does your partner, family, friends played in your journey? Like,
I don't think that my partner was a really took a really a major role in being in parenthood, but I had my friends and I had my family, and I had me.
mhm,
And whenever I didn't have the help that I needed, I took a paid help. I took
okay,
babysitters, and I took
yes,
I reached out for help.
correct.
We have a lot of women friends here in my in my, it's not a town, it's a kibbutz,
Okay.
and we help each other. We also have the kindergartens that are expanded to also to the summer vacations, and they are up until a late hour. So it gives you
The
the,
flexibility and the
the
help, and
flexibility.
at
Yeah,
least the peace in the mind that something is there to fall back upon. The system is there. I
yes.
so
And we have a
apart from
really supportive community here, so it's been very helpful actually.
so we talked about doing a lot of things for others. What do you do for yourself to fill your cup? Like I'm
Yeah.
sure what is about your me time? What is that fills your cup?
So if you're talking about tips and advice to
Not really. I'm
mothers,
asking about you. Like what do you do?
yeah, but I want to say that one
Yes.
of the things that I've learned, it was later, and I would be more than happy if someone takes this as an advice, is not to forget to take care of yourself as well. I remembered too late, if I may say, to also invest in myself. So I think it was only in the last 8 years that I've returned to doing my hobbies as well: yoga, tennis. I like to be in movements. So
Right.
dancing classes, everything that involves movements. The only thing that I managed to keep throughout all these years is my running. I
Okay.
used to run a lot, 3 to 4 times a week, 7 to 8 or 10 kilometers each time. This is the only thing that I was able to maintain. I used to run at 5 a.m. in the morning to be able to do everything, but it was hard. And
Yeah.
doing things for yourself is actually really crucial to bring the life and the joy and actually some of chemicals that we actually need in order to feel good with
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yes.
So this is one of the most important thing that I've just learned too late.
It's never too late, believe me. So let's change gears a little bit. Let's talk about financial independence. As I told you earlier, that at least in India, most household finances are managed by the men in the family. So how is it in Israel, and how do you look at your personal finance?
I would say that most of us women, I believe, I don't know what's the egg and what's the chicken. If most of us are really avoiding
Yes.
the education or handling money in general. I used to feel like money is something that I don't want to handle because it
I promise you,
I
you're not
wasn't
alone.
passionate about.
Right.
Money did not drive me. I was passionate about other things, but we must understand that money is what drives the world. It drives our independency. It drives our health. It drives our security.
Yes.
Being able to feel secured is this is extremely important. And even if you're not passionate about it, you must understand money. And we must develop relationship with money. It took me a lot of years to understand that. I
Yes.
just kept pushing it away and giving the responsibility to my partner. But then being able to feel independent in this world, secured, uh, to feel that I have the confidence to do whatever I want to do. This is
Yes.
what money gives me. Being
Yes.
able to understand my financial management and my finance in general and to manage it independently, this is what gave me the freedom. And therefore, we must understand that this is something that we need to invest in.
Yes, so we are working very hard for money. We should know how to make money work for us as well, right? You're working so
Correct?
hard. So we have to learn. That's something I totally believe in. And
Yes.
so what is one piece of advice that you want to give to women who are trying to manage or grow their money?
Take a course like I did. I was really frightened about it, and it's not that complicated. Just because you're not passionate about it doesn't mean that you don't understand. You are smart enough to understand. You are good enough to be able to manage your own money and to manage your own, I would say, financial aids or support or funds in your own. It's not that complicated. And if you feel like it's complicated, get the help, get a course, and understand this is extremely important for us, for you.
In the
Therefore,
age of social media, we also have a lot of great podcasts about it. If you don't
yes,
feel like reading, or if you, there are a lot of great books as well. If you don't like reading, or if you don't like taking a course, then at least you can listen to while doing your normal chores. That
yes.
helps too, right? That is the age of social media that we are in, and we should take like the full advantage of it.
Yes, and if you find it confusing, advise with
Yes.
people. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to just ask question and deepen your knowledge. Maybe it won't take a month or a year. It would take 2 years. Eventually, you'll get to it.
Yes. So, okay, this is a very tangential question, and I just want have to ask because I don't know, I'm kind of scared of it. So, as a product manager, what do you think of AI and how it will change the landscape of jobs in tech industry? How do you perceive it?
Actually, I like this question a lot because I've been thinking about it a lot also
How to
lately.
stay
And I've
relevant,
been,
right? It's important to stay relevant now,
yes,
more than
I
ever.
think that I have been reading a lot of articles about it, hearing podcasts, lectures about it. It's one of the most interesting questions of these times, of this period, because we made a major leap in the AI capabilities and we must adjust. So as a product manager, we must have the mindset of a product managers to understand what's in the market and how do we adjust to the market and how it changes. So of course, I see it as one of the major things that product manager has to do and to think about to understand how do we adjust and adapt to this new reality that we are going to have. And this is the reason why I'm also passionate about this topic. I would say that first and foremost, we need to make sure as a product manager and as human beings to understand what capabilities we need to adopt in order to align or to adjust to this new period, these new tools, these new capabilities that has been introduced, and to become more effective in our profession with these tools, how to use them. This is the first thing that we need to do, to understand how do we use this tool to become more effective and more efficient at our work. The second thing that I would look at as a product manager is to oversee where are we heading with these AI capabilities, to which domain or world are we stepping into, where are we going. And this also can be scary because there are a lot of approaches and um, um, like forecasts about where are we heading. And some of the people even say that we are stepping into a world in which there will be no occupation because
Right.
robots and technology will know how to do things better than us. And
Right.
in a world of business, when you strive to do more in less payment or in reduced costs, it means that if a robot that I buy in less money would be able to do my job better, then I am a redundant as employee. And these forecasts goes into a world which will no longer include employees, only technology that will do the job instead of us. Where does it put us? What
Right.
will we do? What will be actually going back to financial management? How much money will we need if we are
Yes.
not employed, if we are not buying any someone that someone else, we are not consumers anywhere anymore. No one will have to work in order to produce something. It would change dramatically the world of occupation. I don't know where we're going to, and to be honest, I don't even know what to say to my kids, what kind of skills they need
True,
to
right?
adopt or to learn, or what kind of education they need to take in order to adapt to this new world. So I would say, in a world of unknowns, the only thing that we can stick to is our passion and do whatever makes us happy. So this would be the best advice that I would
Yes, yes.
say. But as a
That's a
product
great advice.
manager, I would say just go with your passion. It must certainly direct you to the way that your heart will feel good and you will be happy.
Yes. So, okay, we are almost at the end. I will do a small rapid fire round. I have five questions, one word answer. Okay. So,
Okay,
one word to describe your current phase of life.
current phase of life. This is like, wow. I think that I'm just evolving, and this is one step further towards the improved me.
Oh, that's a great answer. A recent book or a podcast that you loved.
Podcast, Thinking Positive with Judith Katz. It's a
Oh,
Hebrew podcast. Positive thinking.
right. That's great. Favorite guilty pleasure.
Chocolate, ice cream.
Oh, nice. Heels, sneakers, or barefoot? What's your preferred way?
If I would be able to choose, it would be definitely heels, but it's not that healthy.
Okay.
So sneakers,
And what is one advice that you would like to give your younger self?
follow your heart.
Oh, that's a great advice. So thank you so much. And like my last question is, what is one mantra that keeps you going? And you would tell your mantra to everyone else as well. Would like to share with us one
Can you
mantra or
repeat?
words that keeps you going. So some words
Ah,
that keeps you
mantra.
that yes.
The mantra. Uh, wow. I have something that it's just a phrase. It comprised of three letters: R, E, release, enjoy the ride, and trust your journey. RET.
Oh, great, great. Thank you so much. That's a great way to end this episode. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
being here.
Thank you too, Anjali. It's been very inspiring. And thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a great pleasure.
Thanks for this.